Amy Schumer, a comedian who's made her career off of, set your stopwatch, I'm a slut, and fat. That's her career. That's her entire thing. I like eating. I also like being slutty. That's her shtick. Comedian Aaron Glazier was found guilty of rape. We wrote about this. Not so much found guilty as much as he was just accused. No police were actually involved.
Nope.
We wrote about this. Some comedians came forward. He works at UCB in New York. He's a comedian. Now, listen, let me preface this by saying he may be a rapist. I don't know. Could be a rapist. I have no idea. I just want to preface that.
Does he look like a rapist? That's where you
he
really
does look like a rapist with a beard and the glasses, but it's hard to know if it's a rapist or a hipster. Women came forward, said he had raped them. So he lost his job working at the Upright Citizen Brigade Theater. I guess he had a weekly show. And he came out and he responded by Facebook. And he said, recently, one or more women have accused me of sexual misconduct. He said, I didn't do that. I didn't do it, and I've had no recourse. I don't know the names of the women. I don't know the accusations. And I don't know that there's been any evidence presented. And I've lost my job. And he's swearing up and down that he has not done this. Okay? So he could have done it. My point. So don't say, you're a rape apologist. He absolutely could have done it. We have no idea. That's why we have a system of law. That's why we have courts. So what happened here is someone, I guess, who is friends with Amy Schumer. I don't think he writes for her specifically. That was a rumor out there. Guy named Metzger, Kurt Metzger. I always get it wrong with Guy Metzger.
He's a comedian. He has like a show and stuff.
He's a comedian. He has a show. And he took to Facebook. So this is important why I'm giving you all of these facets. He said, hey, I know the cops aren't always helpful and that rapists don't get convicted, but they can't do anything if you've never even gone to the cops. He said they can't help if you don't bother going to the police at all. Why aren't the rape kits being tested? You need to come forward and go to the cops and convict this person. That's what this guy said. He said if you were raped, go forward and convict this person, as we've been saying for a long time. Now, you can bring this up, our resident favorite, Amy Schumer. She tweeted out, I am so saddened and disappointed in Kurt Metzger. He is my friend and a great writer, and I couldn't be more against his recent actions. Only 765 retweets. This is important. When you look at these sites or these people who have millions of followers and their retweets, their likes are not proportional, you start to see a shift in culture. Amy Schumer, a comedian who's made her career off of, set your stopwatch, I'm a slut, and fat. That's her career. That's her entire thing. I like eating. I also like being slutty. That's her shtick.
I can't help it if I've got a heavy flow and a wide-set vagina.
But most people don't. It's worn very thin. She felt the need, that's her shtick, to go forward and condemn a friend, saying, I am totally against that. What is it that she's totally against? She is against him saying, go to the police if you are raped. Police if they don't do anything, that's a horrible problem. We need to fix it. But they can't do anything if you don't go to them. She is mad that somebody, a man, is trying to prevent more rapes. Kurt Metzger is trying to prevent more rapes. That's why I want to prevent more rapes. If this guy is going around raping everybody in the Upper West Side, or more so the Trendy Village, I don't know where UCB is in New York City anymore, guess what? You need to come forward and get that guy convicted so he doesn't go and rape somebody else. That's what I want. Men don't like rapists.
Nope.
We don't want to see more women raped. However, coming forward on social media is not the same as going to the police.
I gave him everything. I was half a virgin when I met him.
You don't care about women who are who could be raped, who could be future victims. Amy Schumer, self-professed feminist, strong feminist who also literally wants to take your guns away up there with her Uncle Chuck, is saying, I am so against somebody believing in due process and thinking that you should go to the police if you're raped. You should simply say the words rape. You don't even need to finish the word. Just say "ruh," and the guy is guilty and loses his job. There is nobody who wants to see rapists locked away more than myself or more than self-respecting, non-feminist, strong
That's
women.
the gut reaction of every guy out there. You just want to kick their ass when you hear about that. You hear about that? As a guy, it's completely natural.
Truthfully, have you ever met a guy in your life? Tweet me at Esquire. Have you ever met a guy in your life who, when the subject of rape came up, he's like, yeah, but secretly we're all on board, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of a thing.
I've never met anybody who's like out of left field. We're just talking like, yeah, rape. It's never once happened. No. So this is why it's so important, because you're not going to read about this at Gawker. You're not going to read about this. You're not going to hear about this in the news. What you'll hear is man accused of rape, and that'll be it. But I am sympathetic to anybody anybody wanting due process. This is why we have laws. And you know what you're doing? You're belittling the crime of rape. We've talked about this before. When you say that 1 in 4 women are raped, which is entirely false, and when you fire people and say, we find this to be wildly offensive and abhorrent, this man has, without any kind of evidence, and providing the person no recourse, you are absolutely belittling rape. Not only are you allowing people to get away with a free pass. This is a culture. You want to talk about rape culture? The culture is the social media outrage culture, where it is considered to be just as productive to create a hashtag or to come forward and just say I've been raped with no legal process. Good example is Facebook, right? We had this incident with Facebook. We had several incidents where we knew that they were screwing with our account. A report came out. We had some billing issues. Everybody else at the big sites, they got on and they flamboyantly say, we have these problems and please help us. We took the proper legal action. And guess what? We've been productive. We've been successful. We've resolved it with Facebook. They're not screwing with their page anymore. We got the billing issue resolved. It's one thing to go forward in social media to try and gain some followers. And that's what Amy Schumer is doing. And these people on the rape side, unlike the Facebook side of censorship, which is they have the right to do it, but they're lying about it. On the rape side, people like Amy Schumer are saying, well, going on Twitter is just as valid a reaction. It's even more valid because we're raising awareness.
I mean, that's just like the rules of feminism.
Oh, you get away with everything under that umbrella, right? Well, why didn't you press charges? I'm too scared. I'm raising awareness. Well, why didn't you get a rape test done? You can have the no, I'm raising awareness, really, and you just happen to be getting followers. That's how I get the word out about rape. Lena Dunham wasn't raped. Maybe raped her sister. Amy Schumer, no. Probably raped other people. I'd imagine before she was famous, she had to get it any way she could. Any which way she could. Most of the high-profile celebrities who come out have never pressed charges, have never done anything about it. They've done precisely zero about it, and they make front-page news. Well, what do you think happens to a girl who was actually violently raped in an alleyway? Or someone who was sexually accosted by their uncle or a coach? Makes it a lot harder for them to come out because it just becomes white noise. Well, I was really raped. Yeah, but it's Amy Schumer and Lena Dunham. Damn it. I guess I should just keep my mouth shut. If you like this video, you might be a little disturbed, but this is taken from the full weekly free podcast videocast. You can click to see the full show down there, or my face to go to louderwithcrowder.com. There are more articles than you see here on YouTube or below me for another video. If you don't click any of them, that's fine, but expect anthrax in your mailbox.